A very pleasant morning to all the students of class 9th D. And it is really very happy day of your life because you are going to attend last lecture before holidays, right? And last working day of English. And officially it is tomorrow. And till 10th you are supposed to attend your classes and then you are going to enjoy your holidays. But remember that holidays are, yes, meant to enjoy, but this time it is different. You're not supposed to go out. You're not supposed to meet your relatives or go out to any vacation. You have to keep that patience, okay? You have to stay indoors as much as possible to safeguard yourself and your family. Fine. COVID era is still not over. Bear that in mind and stay home and stay safe and do your homework properly. Okay. After discussing the question answers of Rain on the Roof, I would be giving a brief, you can say, explanation about the holidays homework also. Fine. So let's continue. Uh, we are going to start the question answers of Rain on the Roof. The very first question, let me share the screen with you all. And kindly switch on the videos, those who want to give answer. Yes, the very first question, what do the following phrases mean to you? Discuss in class. Humid shadows, starry sapphires, water bliss. First, sorry, first two phrases will be answered by one child. Raise your hand. Humid shadows, starry spheres. Yes, Ashna, unmute yourself and speak.
Yes, ma'am. First part, humid shadows refers to the clouds which are water laden and shadow or cover the starry sky. Starry spheres implies the night sky uh, covered with stars.
Okay, beta. So first two phrases she has given answer to. Let me just explain. Humid shadows here. This all the you can say shadows of different things which become wet during the rainy season. Okay, various things which become wet during the rainy season. And starry appears the area where stars appear in the form of a group. Fine, that is known as starry appears. So now we have more, three more phrases to be answered by one child only. Okay, Ridhima, you can answer beta. Ridhima, if you know. Okay, Lisa has raised hand. Lisa, you can speak beta.
What a bliss! It is a great bliss. A thousand dreamy fancies into being start. Thousands of the poet start feeling into his body. Thousands of dreamlike fancies due to the falling of the rain.
And next
If
one. Okay,
a
let
thousand
wait. What a bliss means. The poet feels bliss means happiness. The poet feels happiness when he just listens to the pitter patter sound of the rain. When he was lying in his cozy bed and he listens to the pitter patter sound of the raindrops falling on the roof, he feels so happy, right? So this is the answer. What a bliss, what a happiness it was. So this was happiness for the poet. Yes, next one now. Please, jaldi se Lisa. Yes, Lisa, next one.
A thousand dreamy fancies into busy being start. The poet start feeling into his body thousands of dreamlike fancies due to the falling of the rain.
So I already told you that. Okay, Raghav, I would be repeating better. Wait. Thousand dreamy fancies into busy being start. So here it means the poet becomes nostalgic. Fine, nostalgic means when you miss past memories. The poet becomes nostalgic. He starts recollecting his old memories. Fine. And he started thinking about his past, especially his mother. Fine. And he was lost into dreams in such a rainy weather. So it means thousand dreamy fancies. Fancies, I told you, imagination or reveries. New word is reveries. Reveries. Right? Reveries or imagination. Next one is a thousand recollections weave their ear threads into woof. So here poet recollects hundreds of memories. Find a lot of memories. The way we just weave a pattern with the thread. Similarly, poet is weaving his memories into a woof. Find into a weft. The poet recollects hundreds of memories in the rainy season, and he started, it is just like weaving a pattern out of it, weaving a pattern of memories out of a thread of memories, you can say. Clear? So humid shadows, Raghav, it means that all the shadows of different things which get wet during the rainy season. Fine. So we have discussed all the phrases part of first question. Clear? Now we will be doing question number 2. What does the poet like to do when it rains? Yes, Ridhima, unmute yourself and speak.
When it rains, he loves to lie in his bed. He calls it as a bliss. Then he recalls to the sweet memories of the past. He can have the sweet memories of his mother also.
And he just listens to the pitter patter sound of the rain. बस ये add कर. Fine, this much is fine. Very late some students are joining. I don't know why. So when it rains, the poet just wants to lie in his cozy bed, in his cottage chamber. Fine. He just, after pressing the pillow, he's just like enjoying the pitter patter sound of the rain, and he wants to recollect all those fancies and imagination and past memories. Right? What is a single major memory that comes to the poet's mind? Who are the darling dreamers he refers to? I won't be asking this to anyone because yesterday I discussed the concept of darling dreamers, this phrase with you all. So I would like to add up something else into it. Okay, you just listen to it. So what is the single major memory that comes to the poet's mind? The poet's mother is the single major memory. There were a lot of memories, no doubt, but major they have asked. Major means which is the main memory. So the single major memory is of poet's mother. Fine, that comes into his mind. Now, who are the darling dreamers? Darling dreamers are all those kids who remember their mothers just like the poet. Firstly, you will tell that, fine. Darling dreamers are those kids who remember their mothers just like the poet, as well as poet has called himself and his brother sisters also darling dreamers, that how they would sleep and how their mother would look upon them. Fine. So this, phrase is very vague. Explanation is not clear that to whom the poet is referring by calling them darling dreamers. So any inference could be taken out of it. So we can say that he's referring to himself and his siblings, as well as he's referring to all the kids who are missing their mothers. He's calling them darling dreamers. Fine. So now moving on to next, beta, is the poet now a child? Is his mother still alive? This question carries two parts. Yes, Diptkirti, you can speak, beta.
The poet is not a child, but is grown up. His mother is not alive, but he still remember her much.
Yes, very good. So no, the poet is not a child. He's a grown-up man now, but his mother is no more, and her memories are still with him. He recollects those memories when he just listens to the sound of the rain. Fine. Then Second part, beta, of question answers of Rain on the Roof. When you were a young child, did your mother tuck you in as the poet's mother did? Yes, Harmeet, you can speak, beta. Harmeet Kaur, you can speak. You have raised hand. If anybody else, okay, Divya, you can speak. Harmeet is not able to unmute, I guess.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, when I was a child, my mother used to tuck me to bed to send me to sleep. She used to tell me stories.
So anything you can write. This is a personal choice only. So whenever you can say yes, obviously you won't be writing no, my mother, because you won't be getting anything to write then. Clear? Yes, my mother used to tuck me in when I was a child. Whenever I said that, whenever I needed her in my bed, she was there hugging me, telling me the stories, asking me how my day was. Fine. Or whenever I was in doubt, she would solve my doubts. Whenever I felt sad or dejected, she was by my side to encourage me. Anything you can write, it's your choice only. Raghav, why are you asking again the same questions? Beta, I would be giving now, taking the doubts at the end. Fine. Otherwise, we won't be able to complete all the questions. So keep the doubts for the end. Okay. Do you like the rain? What do you do when it rains steadily or heavily as described in the poem? Again, this is very personal question. So obviously, no, if you say no, I don't like the rain. There are children who will say that I don't like the rain. So what you will be writing after that? So this is, let's be positive. Fine. If they've asked you, do you like the rain? Yes, I like the rain. And what do you do when it rains steadily? So you can write anything. Again, when it rains, I feel like eating, you can say fried foods. I ask my mother to make French fries for me, and I relish the food with a cup of tea whenever it's a rainy season. Or you can also like, I love to get wet in the rain. Whenever it rains, I go out to and take a bath in the rain. Fine. But when it rains heavily, I prefer to stay indoor. Fine. Anything you can write better regarding to this. Then, does everybody have a cozy bed to lie in when it rains? No, nobody does not have a cozy bed. All are not blessed enough to have all the basic amenities of life. Fine. There are many people who do not have houses to live in, those who do not have beds or even bed sheets. They stay on the, you can say, railway platform and bus terminal and the roadsides. Fine. So all are not blessed enough to have. And when talking about the animals, they even do not have a proper shelter to live. So we can say that everybody is not fortunate enough to have a cozy bed. Clear? So now we have done this, but what we are left with is stanza based question, beta. So you would be writing, noting down the stanza based question now. Come on, page 41, jaldi se. When the humid shadows hover, start from this, and of the soft rain overhead. Mark the stanza. Fine. And I would be making you write some questions. You will be writing the answers on your own in your assignment notebook. All the textual questions and stanza based questions you will be writing in your notebook. Clear? So whatever chapters are left, beta, you would be submitting when you will submit your holidays homework. Clear? You will submit your holidays homework. I would be discussing it with you. After 10 minutes, I'll discuss. Let me complete with this firstly. So when the humid shadows hover, start from this, of the safe, soft rain overhead. Mark till here. And the first question is, name the poem and the poet. Name the poem and the poet. Fine. This is the question which I always give you whenever we do poetry. And you won't be using one word answer. You will be writing complete sentences. The name of the poem is Rain on the Roof. The poet of this poem is Port Skinny. Fine. And see the spelling correctly from the book and put name of the poem and poet in single inverted commas. Then second question. What is melancholy darkness mean? What is the meaning of melancholy darkness? What is the meaning of melancholy darkness? So you will say that the dark clouds, fine? The dark clouds, the dull clouds that overcast the starry spheres in the sky, fine? They are referred here as melancholy darkness, fine? And then poet has mentioned that these clouds, these dark melancholy clouds, they start weeping and then raindrops start falling on the ground. Clear? So melancholy darkness refers to the dark and dull clouds which overcast the starry spheres. Fine. And then gently they start weeping and raindrops fall onto the ground just like tears. Next question is, when does the rain become a bliss? When does the rain become a bliss? Titiksha, can you answer it? You have raised hand. When does rain become a bliss? Yes, those who have raised hand can answer it. Titiksha, if you like to answer, then speak. So, okay, let's.
Yes, ma'am.
You have better raised hand, then give answer to it.
Ma'am, please repeat the question. My network connection was not good.
Okay, fine. I'm just saying, when does rain become a bliss?
When the good and the bad memories crash into our mind, just like poet.
Mute yourself. You're not able to perceive. In context to the first stanza, I'm asking. So, rain becomes a bliss when poet was lying in his bed, fine, and pressing the pillow, and it is really a bliss for him. Clear? This is a very simple answer. In context to this stanza, when poet was lying in his cottage bed, fine, in cottage chamber, or you can say lying in his cozy bed, pressing the pillow against him, and that was really a bliss for him. That was really a happiness for him. Clear? And he was just enjoying the pitter patter sound of raindrops falling on the roof of his cottage chamber. That's it. Now I'm making Havish is asking which question I'm discussing. Beta, if your connection is being lost, some students, please keep it in your mind. After completing textual questions, I'm making you write stanza based questions. Fine. First stanza is over. Now let's move to second stanza. Second stanza, mark it beta, from every tinkle till rain upon the roof. From every tinkle till rain upon the roof. Fine. Firstly, write down, give the meaning of the word tinkle. First question. Give the meaning of the word tinkle. It means it is written over there, ringing sound. Fine. The meaning of the word tinkle is ringing sound. Second is, what happens when we hear the tinkling sound of drops? Write down, what happens when we hear the tinkling sound of drops? What happens when we hear the tinkling sound of drops? Yes, anybody can answer this? When poet enjoys the tinkling sound of the rain on his roof, that tinkling echoes in his heart, fine, then that leads to recollection of a lot of dreams and imaginations and past memories. Clear? Now, third question of the same stanza is, explain, weave their air threads into woof. Explain, weave their ear threads into woof. And tell which poetic device is used here. And also tell which poetic device is used here. So, can anybody explain this? When it's difficult question, nobody raises hand even. So, weaving here refers to weaving past memories. Fine, recollecting past moments and making just the way we just weave the thread and make a pattern out of it. Similarly, poet is weaving his past memories, recollecting his all fancies, dreams, and imaginations into one sweet memory. Clear? And alliteration is used here, beta, because W sound is repeated. Wa sound is repeated here. Weave, woof. You will underline W only. So alliteration is used in this stanza. Last stanza, beta. Last stanza number 3. After that, I'll discuss holidays homework, how to do it. And then you can leave. Fine. Now in memory, patter of the rain. From now in memory, mark till patter of the rain. First question is, give the meaning of the stop it. You just say which poetic device is used in the third line of the stanza. Which poetic device is used in the third line? Third line is to regard the darling dreamers. Which poetic device is used? Can anyone tell? To regard the darling dreamers. Yes, Gia.
Ma'am, alliteration.
Yes, beta. Fine. So D sound is repeated here. Darling dreamers. So alliteration is used in this line. Second question. What does the rain remind the poet? What does the rain remind the poet? Very easy. I've already discussed. So, pattering sound of the falling drops of rain reminds the poet of his mother. The poet reminds of his mother when he listens to the sound of the rain. Clear? And in the good old times, how she would watch over them, how she would tuck them in bed. So that is the memory. Clear? Then with the last question of the stanza, give the meaning of the word shingles. Give the meaning of the word shingles. Shingles are small round stones. Shingles are small round stones. Fine. So we have done all the question answers. Now the doubt of Raghav Kumar is who are darling dreamers. But our darling dreamers are all those kids who miss their mother. Fine. And as well as poetry is trying to refer to the past memories of his childhood and his siblings, that how they would sleep and mother would look upon them, tuck them in bed and take care of them properly. So they were referred as darling dreamers. Two connotations I have mentioned here. One is poet and his siblings are the darling dreamers, as well as the kids who miss their mother. Beta, alliteration poetic device, I have already taught you. Havish, if you are asking alliteration, let me tell you once again, what is alliteration? When a sound is repeated in any line, fine, or any phrase, then we call it alliteration. Suppose I give you one example. I say, beading bubbles bubbling in the water. I'm saying that bubbles are bubbling in the water. So B sound is repeated here. Fine. When a sound is repeated, a consonant sound. Fine. When a consonant sound is repeated, then it becomes alliteration. Is that clear, Havish? So now let me talk about the beta home assignment now. I have already sent to you all. I'm just going to keep in front of me the home assignment. Clear? So first of all, beta, you are having concept maps, right? Concept maps. What are the concept maps now? Concept maps are just like the central idea of the chapter. Clear? First thing is, I'm going to discuss what is concept map of any 2 chapters of literature you have done so far. So you would be writing concept map of the recent chapters which we have completed. A Truly Beautiful Mind, fine. And you can also take The Little Girl, the chapter of Kezia, or if you want to take any poem, it's up to you. The chapters which we have completed recently, you can make concept maps. So concept maps are just like central idea of the poem or the chapter. Clear? And it should not be more than 120 to 100 words, I must say. Means concept map, you would be writing just in 100 to 120 words, like half of the page of your notebook only, not more than that. Clear? Don't write 2-3 pages of the concept map. So just a gist of what you have read, central idea. Clear? Send me thumbs up if it's clear to all of you. I'm just checking who's listening. Fine. So now second thing is make 1-minute message video on environment conservation and sustainability. You can get fair idea of how to make this video. You can just see recently one of our students participated in a competition, inter-school competition. Yes, Lisa, you can make flow chart also. Lisa is asking, can we make flow chart? Concept map can be in the form of a flow chart also. Fine. Okay, if you have a connection problem, Raghav, I understand. I'm going to repeat everything. Just stay there. How you can make 1-minute message video on environment. I was telling you one child participated, and you can see the video on Facebook page of Swami Sandas Public School. One child has participated and she won prize also in that. That can give you one idea or many ideas on internet, that just 1-minute video. You can show various plants in that. Fine. How to conserve environment and how to sustain it also. You can show your plants, you can just speak and keep on, you can give your voice at the background and you can show some pictures that how our environment is depleted and what we can do. Solution must be there in the video. Rather than showing problems, solution must be there. If you want to be present in the video, that is your choice. If you want to stand and speak, that is your choice. If you don't want to be visible in the video, then your voice can be there at the background and you can just show the slides. Clear? The way we make PPT. In that way. You can show the facts, that how we can, practical methods you have to tell, how we can tell, how we can improve. Clear? And then coming back to a brochure depicting music and art of Punjab and Andhra Pradesh. You just search on Google what the brochure is. It is like a picture dictionary only. Fine. In which you will be pasting printouts, preferably the colored printouts if you can afford or if you can manage, fine. And paste the pictures of depicting music and art of Punjab and Andhra Pradesh. Fine, music and art. Whatever Punjab and Andhra Pradesh is famous for, you just mention the music culture, how what sort of instruments were being used, what sort of folk songs were there, anything related to music and art and culture of Andhra Pradesh and Punjab. Fine, you won't be talking about the dresses, you won't be talking about the cuisine. Fine, whatever this is mentioned in the homework, that is art and music only. So whatever is related with Punjab and Andhra Pradesh, when it comes to art and music, you will be depicting with the help of pictures. You will paste the pictures in your booklet or in your, you can say anything you can purchase, the way you used to paste in the the way you used to do in that, you can say, drawing book or any other craft book. Fine. So it is up to you. You can search and find accordingly. Fine. I have discussed everything. If you have now doubt with any of the things, you can ask me. So because we are not left with much time, only 1 minute is left. Any doubt to anyone? With this, I'm just saying happy holidays to all of you. Try to stay indoor, fine. Don't bother your parents, love them and respect them, and have good, healthy meals only, fine. The kind of meals you will be having will definitely will impact your health, fine. Eat lots of vegetables and fruits, and take a lot of liquids, do exercise, follow your hobbies, and most above all, you can say, upgrade your knowledge, fine. And upgrading oneself will always help you to stay ahead in life. Okay, beta, with this, I just wish you all happy holidays.